America's job market hit a bit of a speed bump. New unemployment claims rose to 237,000 last week. That's the highest in months, while the private sector hiring slowed, adding 54,000 jobs in August. That means fewer people are finding work, more are filing for benefits. And Wall Street's betting the Fed is about to step in with a rate cut. So the big picture here, the labor market isn't falling off a cliff, but the safety net is looking a little thinner. Meanwhile, AI and big productivity gains may be quietly shaping how work gets done, and maybe even the workforce soon, adding a new layer of uncertainty. So what happens next? How should Americans prepare? Let's bring in Dale Smothers, President and CEO of RDS Wealth Management, to break it down. Dale, welcome back. What's the translation here? Should Americans be worried about the labor market right now?
You said it right, Alicia. The labor market didn't tell us anything, or the report that recently came out didn't really tell us anything brand new. It shows that the labor market continues to get a little bit softer. They're not at levels that we are worried about just yet. You know, the 1.9 million of continuing claims, that's been the trend for the last 10 weeks or so. And we have seen 250,000 initial claims kind of be the point at which we get really kind of starting to worry about initial claims getting higher. You mentioned productivity, which is the big piece that we're paying attention to, because it means that the workforce is changing. And that's not altogether a bad thing, because the participation in America's workforce is also continuing to decline. This has been a trend that's been going on for some time now, with baby boomers retiring and less people actually wanting to go out and get a job for whatever reason that may be. At the end of the day, this labor market report that came out today is not the biggest piece of news that we're watching, as much as the CPI report that is coming out on September the 11th. And that will then lead into the Fed's decision, which is the big hinge pin in the overall market, Alicia.
You think they'll cut rates?
I think they will. I think we are going to see a cut of rates. But this type of data that we see from the labor market supports the rate cut. If CPI comes out hotter, not to get off on a tangent here, but if CPI becomes a little bit hotter, now we start to see uncertainty in that, and the market will not like that, Alicia.
Okay. I want to talk about the productivity, because AI was definitely in the spotlight today at the White House. It was mainly about preparing the youth for good-paying jobs of the future, but this is also interesting. It could be productivity jumped in Q2, as we mentioned, but the labor market slowed. So could AI be behind this shift?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. CEOs are finding a way to do more with less people. And this shift should concern people who still have 15 or 20 years left in the workforce. Becoming more efficient with artificial intelligence may be something that helps you keep your edge at your place of employment. There are major law firms that are announcing, Alicia, they are not hiring a single new attorney out of law school this year. All of that is being shifted to AI. Digging into the research of law precedents is going specifically to artificial intelligence and some of the major law firms of America. So we have to start to begin to wonder, what is it that's necessary for us to maintain our edge in the labor force? Again, we could spend an entire segment on that alone, but AI is going to impact the way that labor market continues to grow, or in this case, perhaps shrink and still be proficient.
And you said that correctly. Absolutely. AI is definitely helping workers now, but it could soon be replacing workers in the near future. We have an eye on it. Dale Smothers, President and CEO of RDS Wealth Management. Appreciate your time today, as always.
Good to be with you, Alicia.
Likewise.